Welcome to BattleTech in the Morning with Captain Nips. I'm Captain Nips. This is the BattleTech Backer Beta, and today we revisit the OILER program, the Oosik Irregulars Long Expedition Rimward, where we are vetting Oosik pilots for their chance for fame, fortune, and possibly some good drink in the Oregon Reach. Our Lance today. First up, Dread. Oops. Though Roberts started his life as a farmer, he always aspired to be more. Securing his initial training by beating a mech pilot in a drinking contest, he quickly decided a pilot's life was for him. As a strong believer in the tactical use of liquid courage, Roberts is known for being quite willing to head straight into the fray, usually sooner than he should. The downside of this tactic is he struggles with outmaneuvering things like inanimate objects, leading him to prefer the extra padding of heavier mechs. Robert's classic sign-off is, "Well, good night, I'll probably get killed in the morning," followed by a shrill, "Extra life!" Fans of Serious Sam will recognize the call-out. Next up, Gorn Arming. Gorn stands out among the rest of the Oosiks for two things: careful aim and habitual sobriety. He's most often found piloting an awesome 8Q in a fire support role, and is rumored to own at least one awesome variant that is heavily customized with Lost Tech upgrades. The most prized being a cockpit-mounted targeting upgrade that Gorn calls the Keurig. He favors precision over flailing firepower, and the resulting increase in usable salvage has left him relatively well off by mercenary standards. He seldom drops in anything lighter than a heavy battle mech. Third up today, Hydro Squeegee. Being one to hang back and, quote, shoot these bastards in the ass, Hydro has nearly mastered the long-range point-and-shoot. However, this has come at the detriment of nimble and more refined modes of piloting his mech. More keen to stand and deliver while riding the red line, rather than run for cover, he tends to crawl away from engagements in various pieces, much to the ire of Oosik Command. These tactics have landed him off the battlefield for an extended period of time as of late. Placed in a more or less teaching role with the Oosik younglings, learning them the basics of battlefield survival in the backcountry and forests of Talisker 4. The Oosik scouts have grown in number and strength, pleasing Oosik Command, allowing Hydro limited time back in the cockpit recently. All this time planetside has treated him well. Not being shipped to godforsaken rocks of slag has allowed him to make some wise and lucky investments in the local economy. His meager C-bill earnings have grown to quite a large nest egg, allowing pet projects to be started. Rumor has it, he was able to acquire a rundown Catapult K2 and has it stashed in the backwoods with his Oosik scouts slowly being refit with a custom design worthy of his lust for high-power autocannons. Last on the list today, Ryan Rhino. If given the option, Ryan Rhino charges in for close combat, preferring to see the opposing pilot's face as he causes flying armor pieces in melee. His berserker tendencies are only matched by his quick dad puns. Not really fond of the drink before joining the crew, he only drinks what he feels is the best brew. He welcomes that Padre Plink to the back as a sign of love. For inside that tough mech shell, Ryan Rhino is the protective lanceMate. So we've got some interesting options today in terms of pilots, and we're going to fit them out as follows. Gorn Arming will of course be in an awesome 8Q, and Hydro Squeegee, though it is not a K2 variant, will be in a catapult. Dread is going to be in a Hunchback today, the 4G variant, and Ryan Rhino will be also in a Hunchback in the 4P variant. Now we're going straight up to war today, filling out the entire 25 million C-bill allotment that we are given. And the thing that is interesting about this particular arrangement is that we have two Hunchback pilots with Master Tactician in mediums going at the light mech initiative phase. Over on the other side, per OILER simulation standards, the Heavy Striker Lance shows its face once again, with the Victor getting its pilot Sumo. We're going all the way to Alpine River today during the frozen day. Let's get this match started.
Commencing deployment. Mech warriors, prepare for combat.
So the lance is a little bit interesting in that my mediums want to be moving forward and my heavies and assaults want to be sitting in the back firing, which is a little bit in terms of armor not exactly where you want things. You want the heavier stuff in front maybe, but you know, we'll see if it works out. I'm sure it'll be fine as we lead this Oosik Lance to victory.
We should play some cards. I feel lucky to get this confirmed.
Get everyone hustling forward. Ooh, no, I want to go over here. As per usual, when we make it just a strong central push, the fight's probably going to end up somewhere down here in the valley where the 3 river branches meet, which is fine by my pilots because we've got some hot running builds over here. Enemy team taking their sweet time getting into position. Alright, let's continue starting with our heaviest, see how far up the way he goes, and match that position with Hydro, Dread, and Ryan Rhino taking point as we crest the hill. Now if things go as have in the past, we should expect first contact from the enemy Jenner in very short order. And there we go. And we are into combat. Got a little bit of space to play with actually this time, before that Jenner comes crashing down into our lance. So let's see if we can take up some decent positions in the tree line. Get ourselves some cover. This Jenner is in for a rude surprise when it comes over in its initiative phase to find 2 mediums right there waiting to meet it. There's our friend in the Jenner.
Ready for orders.
Now, since Ryan Rhino has the buffet's worth of lasers available to him, even though the enemy Jenner is evading, we can take some chip shots. Some very chip shots in this case, because Tactics 6, Guts 5, Gunnery, I believe 6, Piloting 7. Not the best shot in the world. Yep, Gunnery 5. Dodge, 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 dodge. Landed 2 hits. Oh, one to the face. Leading off with a crucial burn to the cockpit. Meanwhile, phase 3. Here comes the quick draw off in the distance, presenting us with another target. Missiles flying in on Dread's Hunchback, but tree cover and his own evasion providing some damage ablation. Hydro Squeegee has some ample targets, so let's just check out what we got here. 70s and 55s down on the Jenner, 85s at long range with the LRMs. At this point, I think we'll let the Hunchbacks deal with the Jenner, and Hydro is going to sit and trade shots at long range with the quick draw, prioritizing heavy mech for missile obliteration. Sneaking some chip damage through despite the evasion that it got from its sprint on its turn. Gorn's up next. We would prefer to get a little bit better percentages to hit. There we go. Because Gorn brings a 9 gunnery to the table with 3 across the board in the rest of the skills. An exceptionally crackshot pilot, giving us 90% even at this range. I think we take our chances with the shots, make him evade, stagger our fire Lands a PPC shot to the right arm, stripping the armor off, starting the work on the quick draw. Jenner in on our hunchbacks. As Dread dodges some laser and missile fire. Not all of it, catching some in the arm.
You have orders?
Ryan Rhino now within clear punching distance. Moving to the Jenner's left side, taking the swing, but missing. Getting the small laser as compensation, but not quite really getting the job done. Dread's gonna come in as well. If we can find a place to put him. There should be a place right here. But there seemingly is not. So we'll just take the spot that's there. Giving up a bit of our back to the quick draw in the distance, but carving half of the Jenner away with a strong physical attack to the left side. Jenner now on uneven footing as two hunchbacks begin the pounding. Dread taking it from the left side. Still getting a bit of cover from the trees, fortunately. Quick draw, though, pulling its punch a bit. Not flinging all of the damage it could. Dread takes another bit of incidental fire from the distance. Hydro up on top of the hill. With the obstructed view on the quick draw, but still has line of sight. Continues to rain missiles down in its direction. This time, no evasion to stop the swarm. Getting a knockdown despite spraying damage across the chassis, not really inflicting anything particular severe. The Victor finally deciding to move down into the fracas here.
What's up, Commander?
Gorn looking to take a better position, but not really getting much of an opportunity. Shots will be obstructed one way or another. Moves to the edge of the forest cover, and in an effort to keep our heat light, staggers fire, firing only one PPC. Looking to take the right arm off of the quick draw with this shot. Instead, hitting the center torso, which is fine work. Enemy Jenner moving back, trying to put space between it and the two hunchbacks. But the hunchbacks will not be denied.
How might I help?
Ryan Rhino having an opportunity to do even harder work on the Jenner. Moves up on its left side again, coming in and takes the left leg off, knocking it down. Gets the laser shot on the head. Insult and injury. Jenner going down.
Reporting.
Dread in all likelihood with an opportunity here to confirm the kill.
Yes, Commander.
Moves to a safe position.
Let's get physical, shall we?
And curb stomps the Jenner. Confirm one kill for Dread.
Laugh at your downfall.
Call the assist to Hydro as the pair of hunchbacks work the Jenner into the ground. Enemy mechs on the move. The quick draw moving up. The Kintaro somewhere in the back, kind of just doing what it normally does, hiding. The quick draw coming up into the face of our heavies. Kintaro launching missiles from well in the back, posing no threat with its armament.
Yeah? What can I
Hydra
do?
now with an opportunity to leverage more of his guns, though his current position is a little obstructed. Choosing to move up onto the nearby rocks for a better position to fire from, getting the line of sight down on the quick draw. The evading quick draw, but it's hard to evade when you're firing 30 missiles and 4 lasers. Some of this is going to chip through. Armor on the arms and the center torso open up as the quick draw loses its evasion to the missile swarms, impacting it in the torso. Victor maybe too little too late with Gorn lining up the shot.
Yeah.
Taking a step back, ideally to give himself some space.
Be there in the chip.
As Gorn puts his back to the wall, hones in on the quick draw. Only 95 structure in the center torso to give. Plenty of heat scale and fires away with a triple PPC shot. 1 to the leg, miss, and 1-2.
Sorry, dummy.
What looked like the center torso. Nope, was the side. Opens up a panel on the right.
You have orders?
And now the hunchbacks get into it.
Receiving you. What's the plan?
Dredd has a strong opportunity to open up on either of the heavier mechs. Moves to the river,
As
turns,
you wish.
and will take his opportunity to shoot at the quick draw. Decent numbers to hit.
Locking on target.
Drills the left side of the quick draw with that AC-20. Lasers cutting through, and the quick draw loses its entire left side. And catches a knockdown in the process.
Standing by.
Ryan Rhino looking to get some action of his own. Moves to the edge of the
Position
forest.
confirmed.
Seeing the quick draw in the distance. Aim for center of mass with 90% chance to hit across the board. This looks like it could be confirmed kill. And gets it. Kill confirmed for Ryan Rhino with the laser barrage on the quick draw. The enemy team goes down 2 mechs, while the Oosik Lance is upright, mobile, and completely intact. Unafraid of the enemy team.
Something I can do.
Hydro continues his assault on the enemy mechs. Victor in the distance, although it is evading. Hydro's got the heat scale and the LRM missiles.
Piece of cake.
Continues to fire barrages down on the enemy team. Getting lots of chip damage through. Breaking evasion on the Victor, which is going to be a real bad thing for him in a moment. Although the Victor maneuvers for position on Dredd. AC-20 round to the right torso. The hunch taking the brunt of it, but
That wasn't good.
not breaking.
Yeah.
Gorn.
What can I do you for?
With a golden opportunity to lay into the Victor in the distance. Opts to keep cool, firing 2 PPCs down on the Victor from a distance. Right arm and right leg, right torso and right leg, doing some damage, but
Reporting.
it is all about the dance down here in the river now between the Victor and the 2 hunchbacks. Dredd moving for position to take a shot, lining it up.
Locking on target.
Hitting the left arm with the AC-20 rounds, putting lasers on. Armor strips off, but not much more than that. Ryan Rhino, on the other hand, having an ample opportunity to move in for melee attacks, goes in, catches the right leg of the Victor, critting out a heat sink and opening that leg to some possible destruction the next turn, and catching the knockdown off of a small laser blast, blinding the enemy pilot, forcing him to fall to the ground. Kentaro launching on. Ryan Rhino from a distance with its LRMs. Again, continuing to kind of be ineffective
Holding.
from the back line.
What's up, Commander?
Hydro has an opportunity still and again to continue to launch missiles. Tries to go for the gimping shot on the Victor. Breaks a leg and breaks into the right torso. Victor gonna have a real bad day. As Gorn Arming comes up after the Victor stands. Limping to a position probably on Ryan Rhino's rear with the autocannon. No, he chooses to fire instead on Dread in the distance. To no real effect.
Damage minimal.
Yeah?
Gorn now with the just opportunity of opportunities here. Firing into the rear of the Victor, but having problems lining up the shot. He's going to have to reposition ever so slightly. Trying to keep his mech cool while also throwing as much alpha downfield as he can. Opts to take the overheating shot while he's got the exposed rear of the Victor, firing 3 PPCs at near guaranteed hits, landing solid damage into the rear torso.
I'm gonna puke.
Victor nearly losing its right torso in the process. Left torso armor also gets stripped off.
Yes, Commander.
Dread and Rhino continue to dance. Dread opting to leverage his autocannon and lasers. Taking the inspiration
That's right. A storm is coming.
to ensure that the autocannon round lands. Coming in from the right side, this looks like it'll be right torso. Taking off the right arm, neutering the big gun of the Victor, forcing it into an unsteady
Ready for
position.
orders.
Ryan Rhino with a golden opportunity to turn around and just nail it in the crotch.
Confirmed.
Krav Maga straight to where it hurts. Right to the CT, lands the hit. Very nearly killing the Victor, leaving it with only 46 center torso health and catching the knockdown again. Hunchback punching above its weight. While the enemy Kintaro continues to ineffectually throw missiles in the distance. Hydro, satisfied with his position and seeing an opportunity to leverage all of his guns, lines up the called shot on the center torso of the enemy Victor and lets open with an alpha strike. Missiles and lasers flying. Won't take much, and the Victor goes down. Kill confirmed for Hydro Squeegee.
Hey, dumbass blew up good.
And shutting down in the process.
Too hot. I'm shutting it down.
But the damage is done, and the enemy team is now down 3 mechs to 0 as the Oosik Irregulars start to take a commanding lead against the enemy force. Gorn looking to move for better firing solution on the remaining mech, not seeing the Kintaro in the distance, however.
Awaiting orders.
Dread likewise moving up, trying to find that
I
last
understand.
mech. As the Oosik Lance pushes forward.
Standing by.
Ryan Rhino looking to
Throttle down.
move to the corner to the hill that moves up into the face of the Kintaro in the distance. Taking position. What does the Kintaro do? Brings itself into full view on top of the rocks in the distance on a sprint with evasion. Hydro
What
Squeegee
can I do you for?
finds the power button. Turns on the internal fans in the cockpit.
Something I can do.
Gorn now with nothing but daylight between him and the enemy Kintaro. Despite the evasion, it has the heat headroom. Will take the shot with the trio of PPCs landing 1, 2. Third one gets dodged, but one of those PPCs straight to the cockpit glass as the Kintaro takes a face shot.
Reporting.
Dread looking to
Move order received.
help close out the match here as he moves into position. We'll take inspiration once again.
I'm going to enjoy pummeling you.
95s across the board, including with the AC-20. AC-20 round to the left arm, left torso of the Kintaro, blowing it clean off with the help of some laser shots. The Kintaro in a bad way as Ryan Rhino is going to round the corner on it
Moving to position.
into its rear arc and start throwing punches
Locked on for physical attack.
straight to the rear center torso, stripping all the armor off and catching a knockdown again. Once again, the combined fire of the Oosik Lance and Ryan Rhino's brutal physical assaults, knocking mechs down left and right. Kintaro finds its feet, but what does it do? Finally figures out it has SRMs equipped, but doesn't seem to leverage them all. Dread takes a crit to his AC-20, but as we have learned, that ain't gonna stop it. Hydro has range with his LRMs, has no need to move,
Target marked.
firing away despite the Oosik in the distance. Possible friendly fire incident incoming. No, as basically every missile strikes true on the Kintaro.
Yes.
Gorn, with his own opportunity, staggers his fire, taking the shot.
Dead.
Some superficial damage with the PPCs.
Awaiting orders.
Dread continuing to move around the corner and throw autocannon fire at the remaining Kintaro.
Locking on target.
This time to the right side of the Kintaro, dinging up its right torso armor panel.
Ready for orders.
But Ryan Rhino is still there, pounding into the rear of the Kintaro. Hard hit to the center torso. Can the small laser finish the job?
Critical hit.
And does. Confirms the kill with the small laser as the Kintaro drops. Count one down as the Oosik Lance for this OILER pilot evaluation goes through with flying colors. Hardly damaged at all across 3 of the mechs. Dread in his Hunchback having taken some superficial damage and a single crit to the AC-20. But after 11 rounds and 21, just short of 22 minutes, the other guys looking real worse for wear. Multiple head hits, mechs cored out left and right, incapable of withstanding the fury of the Oosik Lance. Chalk up those stats and statistics in the books, my friends. That's going to go in the win column for these OILER candidate pilots. And that'll be all for today's BattleTech in the Morning with Captain Nips. I am the Oosik Principal Paper Pusher, Captain Nips, humbly. Wishing you have a nice day, a nice weekend, have a restful couple of days off, and I'll see all of you in the next video.